Welcome to Mac Moments. I am Melissa Chavez, founder and CEO. This podcast is a space for honest conversations about focus, leadership, and what it really looks like to build and grow a business in real time. Each episode is a moment to slow down, think clearly, and move forward with intention. Let us get started.
We
Thank you
have
so
Stephanie Nielsen here today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally not from Huntsville, born and raised Southern California all my life. And we moved, me, my husband, my two boys, moved to Huntsville December 2021. Started life out here because my husband's kind of government contracting and we were moved out here and here we are.
Isn't it a wonderful city?
Yeah, it really is. It's the best kept secret. When I moved here, I didn't really believe that. I was like, what are we doing in Alabama?
That's what I said when I
What
moved
are we
here.
doing? And then it ended up being like the best thing since Kool-Aid. Yeah.
I love it. We're a melting pot of so many different people, talents, brainiacs, hard workers, blue collar, white collar, it doesn't matter.
From
It's
all
like-
over.
I know.
Yeah, I don't feel like an outsider here. It's really nice.
I think you're an outsider if you're actually from here. You're the rarity if you're from Huntsville, born and raised.
Yeah,
But anyway.
that's true.
Our series is built with intention. And the reason you came to mind was because you've transitioned from one role to a new role. You've transitioned from California to here. And oftentimes our audience, we hope it's our audience, we're still growing it.
Yeah.
They're either trying to get into sales, or maybe they're transitioning into a new role in life, or moving to a new city. How did you and your family go about doing things intentionally when you came here to Huntsville?
Whew. To be honest, when I came here to Huntsville, my background is in mortgages. So I was 19 when I took my national exam to get my lender's license, and I worked in California for many years. Loved it, built my business, and then when we moved here, I just wasn't sure I wanted to do that again, just that portion of it. But I've always been in sales forever. That's all I know. I think you really have to have a personality for sales. Not everyone can do it. It's just, I don't know. So moved here, I faithfully serve the Lord in all that I do, and I really just took a back seat on things and focused on my kids and made sure that they're settled here. So it's obviously pretty different moving from the West Coast to the South. And about a year and a half later, I became real good friends with one of my insurance agent, and she asked me to come work for her in sales. And she was opening an agency and prayed about it. Felt okay, it's time. It had been 2 years since I'd been here, so stepped into it, loved it, never done insurance. When you do loans, you go through appraisals and home inspections. You got to set up the insurance. I knew a little bit about it, but I loved it. I loved everything about it. I just love people, and getting to talk to people all day is like the best thing ever. So it really worked out.
So it sounds already like you're doing that because you got settled with your children, you made them the priority, then
Yeah.
you found something that came about. And what's so beautiful that you've already shared is the connections you've established, how they transition into your upcoming roles and parts of your life and this
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And so
It's
now,
all God. It's all God.
Isn't it amazing?
Every single
how he
thing.
just puts his hand on it and here you go. Or he
Yeah.
closes a door that says, maybe not.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I'll be honest, I'll say, God, I need the neon sign that says go here.
Make it easy.
Yes, can you please? But I get that. So through your insurance role, you developed some great relationships within the community, the business
Yeah.
community, and then now you're in your new role. And it is so exciting to hear about how it came about and kind of share that story with us.
Yeah, so talking about making connections. So when I was working in insurance, I was introduced to the Chamber of Commerce, so that Huntsville-Madison County Chamber by Jason Sowash. And I tell him all the time, if it wasn't for you, I don't know where I'd be. Because
Go, Jason.
yes, the chamber is full of a lot of great people. And I just dove in head first. And I just went all in.
And you took advantage of the resources that were available. You invested in the chamber.
Time,
and
lots of time.
It is time. And I think one of the biggest opportunities, I learned that in my corporate days, instead of problems, it was an opportunity.
yeah.
One of the biggest opportunities for small business owners or salespeople is we're part of the chamber and they think everybody's just going to come to them because they're part of the chamber. You have to invest your time. So how have you invested your time with the chamber? How has it helped you?
Going to all the ribbon cuttings, that was a goal that I made last year. Is I want to go to at least 3 ribbon cuttings a month. And that was like a low goal because sometimes there can be 5, sometimes there's 15 of them. And I just went full blast and showed up, and I made a goal for myself. Anytime I showed up to somewhere I've never been, I would make a goal to meet 5 people I didn't know. That was my internal goal. Is just, if I don't know you, I'm just bold. I walk up, hey, I'm Stephanie. This is what I do. Tell me about yourself. And just, what's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? You just be yourself and just go for it. And I did that. And it's not always about what you can get from someone. It's just introducing yourself. It's just really simple. It's not rocket science. You just be yourself.
Yes.
And be friendly and care about others, and God will work out the rest of it like he always has. I never thought that being in mortgages I'd ever do insurance, and I never thought doing insurance I would ever be a vice president of a company helping grow this amazing purpose and brand, and I love it. So it's just trust God in everything you do, treat people right every step of the way, and just let it go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what would you say, because you're right, it does take a certain personality to do sales or to be confident or go in.
And you can learn it. It's definitely learnable.
And the thing is, at a chamber event, we'll say when you didn't know anybody, but the next time you go, more people, it starts to evolve because of the relationships you're building. When a small business owner is just a one-man show and they have a trade, we'll say a plumber. He knows how to, or she knows how to fix the pipes, unclog the things, make sure the water is flowing, and he or she wants to start this business. They have to learn sales, even though it's outside of their comfort zone, perhaps, not everybody. But what kind of encouragement would you say to them who doesn't have the experience?
I think if you believe in what it is that you're selling and you just go with that, just never sold a day in your life. Maybe it's just a blue collar guy who's just, okay, I've got this plumbing and here I go. You just go and you're like, hey, this is who I am. Because people work with people they like, first of all. So you just show up, be authentically yourself, and believe in what you're doing or selling, and the rest will just take care of itself. Show up. And I get it, running a business and also like showing up for all the things that sometimes it's not attainable. It honestly is not. But I think if you're intentional about where you go, let's say you're a plumber and it's a marketing agency that doesn't own the building per se. I'm not sure if you would choose that over maybe going to a restaurant ribbon cutting, right? Because maybe there's a little bit more opportunity. However, if you can go to both, go, because it's not always about, like I said, it's not always about what you can get from them. It's just about the people that you meet, because maybe that marketing agency knows a commercial real estate agent who needs a plumber, and because you made a connection with that person and you like them, you will probably refer that person.
It's more about connection. That's what our theme has been this year, because with AI and social media and all of the digital busyness that we're inundated with, the human component can't go away.
Yeah.
And what you said earlier is be truthful, go in with integrity, believe in your product or service. Tell us a little bit more about your service that you guys have at Gone for Good.
Yeah, I could talk about it all day. So then the
Well,
grand
we only
scheme
have a
of
little bit
things,
of
I
time.
know, the grand scheme of things, so Gone for Good, stored for good, because it's 2 businesses under roof. One roof was founded in Birmingham out of United Ability. So it's a nonprofit organization that helps families from birth to grave with anything with special needs. So if you're pregnant and you have a baby with Down syndrome, they will hold your hand every step of the way with finances and medical and all the way through. They're just helpers. In 2006, they seen a need for all the kids or the people that are going through the programs when they turn 18. A lot of them can't get hired. They lose their purpose, and there's no purpose for them. There is, but not in the workplace. And they founded Gone for Good, and it's just an awesome company out there. So they only employ adults with disabilities to run all the paper shredding. So that's what we do. It's paper shredding, it's document destruction, digitization, hard drive, e-waste, and what's so cool about it is Gone for Good is a completely green company. So everything that we receive, we turn it into commercial toilet paper. We don't, but we sell it, and it's all this full circle. And I think why it matters so much to me is it was one of those God things. It all happened the best and the worst time in December of last year. My husband has a uncle, and we've been married for 15 years, so he's my uncle too, and his name's Mark, and he was born with cerebral palsy. And he's wheelchair bound his whole life. He wasn't supposed to make it past 12 years old, and he passed away at 65 on December 4th. So it was a really sad time. It was unexpected. It was very fast. But then a couple days later, I was actually approached by Abe. He was a client of mine in insurance, and he sent me this text, and it was just like, I know this is crazy, but it's been on my heart to ask you if you'd come run my company and do sales for me. And so I told him I don't know. I don't know. I've got too much going on. We've got a death, and then Grandpa went into the hospital because of the stress of Mark, and it was just like, December was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, the last thing I'm gonna do right now is change any of my life, so just hold the phone for a minute. And about a month and a half later, things had settled, and we moved grandparents down to Alabama, and I was like, let me go check this out. Let me see what this is about. So I went down to Birmingham on a Wednesday, and it's a 17-acre campus, and I left there so full.
See it in your face.
It's just, these are the salt of the earth type of people, and it's forgotten, and I'm sorry, I get emotional about it, but it's soul filling. It's like I'm selling for a purpose now. It's not just loans is great. Helping someone's homeowner dream come true is so awesome, and I loved that season. And insurance is also very valuable. It's so important, especially to businesses, especially. And that's also just a season. I feel like every step that I've taken it's just a step. And I, for the first time in my life, feel so at peace with where I am. I don't even feel like it's a job. Like I just love life every day. And I
love that.
It's awesome. It's really cool.
You're right. God puts those opportunities in front of you, and all of a sudden all this craziness comes in your life, but you still didn't push it away. You listened. You take a step back. Okay, I can't right now, but we're going to put you in this little bucket. And
pray.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of small business owners or salespeople, they just have so much and so many ideas and so many things they want to do. How else would you encourage them to prioritize, categorize, so they don't feel overwhelmed? Because maybe it's a single parent who is in a sales role and they have this great opportunity, but turns out their kid's soccer practice is only at this time and they can't do this at this time. What words of wisdom would you have for somebody like that?
Take a deep breath. Yep, take a deep breath, because you're only one person and there's only so much time in the day. And write down your priorities and just start with number one. And I feel like in my life, my family is number one. That always trumps overall is family. And second is, I always like to stay organized. So there needs to be some sort of organization or plan. I live by my calendar, like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out,
it's not on there.
It's not happening. Yeah, pretty much. It has to be on the calendar.
My friend texted me to go to an event this weekend, and I said, yeah, that date will work. But she never sent me a meeting invite. And I'm like, uh-oh, I almost double booked myself on a Saturday even. It has to be on my calendar.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, and priorities, obviously, just depending, I feel like every company should be networking at some point, whether it's marketing or showing up and just being known in the community. If I hadn't have gone to any networking, I don't think I would be where I am today.
Absolutely.
That's just the honest truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So networking, let's talk about that a little bit. I love it. It is my wheelhouse. I'd much rather be meeting strangers than doing anything online or my social media or any of that.
Yeah.
I love meeting people because I love to learn about them. And like you, it's not about, oh yes, this is my name, this is my company that I'm representing, but it's not about, let me just sell all of this to you. So what would you say is, in the networking space, if you're having a really bad day and you didn't get the sale and
somebody messed up an order or didn't follow through or something. And so your mind is maybe a little bit sad, upset, frustrated, but you have an event to go to. Do you still go or do you bow out?
I don't think that you should quit on something that let's say you've RSVP'd. It doesn't really matter unless your car is broken on the side of the road or you broke your heel and you like literally can't go. I feel like you should go anyways. A lot of the times, like I've had bad days. Everybody has bad days. But sometimes just going into that space now is like all these networking. I have friends there and friends lift each other up. It's not always about business. It's just like it's being in a community with women who like lift each other up and believe in each other. And most times if I'm having a bad day, my friends will notice and they'll say, what's wrong? And then maybe I'll tell them, maybe I won't tell them. But sheltering yourself and hiding and closing in because you've had a bad day or experience is the exact thing that the enemy wants you to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Is close yourself off and it's just push through it. It's a bad moment. It's not a bad day. It's just, you just got to keep on pushing on.
Got to keep on.
Keep on.
It makes me think of the Brady Bunch. Do you remember that song? We're going to keep on. We'll probably cut that part out, but
Please don't. Please don't.
yeah. So when I'm having a really bad day, if I feel like I'm not going to be as chipper, authentic, or at my best self, I have refrained from going. I have also had a bad day and I'm in the parking lot and I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll pump myself up and I will go in.
Yeah.
But I also think it depends on the environment. If you are SVP, if it's somebody's wedding and they're paying for your plate of dinner, yeah, you need to show up.
Yeah.
So
if it's a ribbon cutting, maybe not. You don't
not.
RSVP to those things. No, maybe no one will miss you that much, but I don't know. I try not to let my moods or anything just affect my business life.
Yeah.
I try my best.
I love it. So what's your favorite part of being in sales?
The people part, just meeting people. Because every different role that I've played, it's always been about the people that I meet, doing loans and sitting there across the desk from a mom and a dad with 4 little kids who've saved for 5 years to afford a down payment on a home, and you find the down payment assistance to help them through it, and it's like getting to the end, that's the why.
Yeah.
That's the why. The why is helping others and insurance. It's saving them some money or uncovering some terrible things on their policy that they had no idea. It's just about helping others.
I love that.
It's just,
And now you get to help both sides. You get to help people with a job that need a job. You get to help people that need a service and at a great rate. And it's a need on both ends. So you're like double filled now.
yeah. And the goal for Gone for Good is to make it national. Like as soon as we get this one going, I'm going to Nashville and I'm going to Atlanta and we're going to blow this out of the water because why not?
Absolutely.
Why not give a lot more people employment opportunities and a purpose?
Yeah. So will you franchise or do you think you'll? I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I have looked at franchising my company. I decided it wasn't for me, but I did explore it for a little bit and I think it's so great. So I guess you guys have SOPs, standard operating procedures for all the things, and
We're building it, yeah, because the Huntsville location is technically the first franchise, so it's Gone for Good Huntsville. And then we're just building, we're creating, we're putting together, we're seeing what works and putting a plan together. That way when someone does come and say, I want to buy this business, we know everything to do and I can tell them how to plug into the chambers and what networking, and this is how you make an impact. This is how you grow. And that's just the goal. Just taking a day at a time.
I love it. But you have to have goals and you have to have them down and to be achieving something. Like when I started Matt Global Promotions, I knew that I was launching another business within a 5 to 7 year time frame.
Which I'm so excited for.
I'm so stoked. It was always the plan. That was day one. I knew that was the plan, but I had to, like you said, establish myself in the community. Even though I've been here since 2009, I was in roles that didn't not allow me, but I was not engaged in the community like I am now. So I'm in my happy place. It's okay. I go to the grocery store and I see Mary Jo from XYZ company, and then I go somewhere else and I'm like, hey, I know them too. And it's just family. It's connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any last minute tidbits you want to share with the audience about whether they're in sales or building a company, about building with intention?
Yeah. Follow your heart, and also your heart can be very deceived. Like I've had opportunities arise where it's like, hey, that would be really cool, but it's not everything is for you. And just take your time with things if you're making a decision. But I have always said is if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think everybody should do that because this life is very short. We're only here for so long. We can only make so much of an impact for others. And I think if you just, I know I talk about faith a lot, so I apologize if that's not the theme here, but God designed each and every single one of us with a goal and a purpose, and He puts the dreams inside of us.
Yes.
And so it's our job to listen to Him and follow His path. And if you don't feel like something's right, you just lean into that and keep pushing.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for spending this moment with me. If today's conversation resonated, I invite you to follow Mac Moments on your podcast platform so you do not miss future episodes. Growth does not happen all at once. It happens moment by moment. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to our next conversation.